Hey YouTube, Premium Tracker, Silver Stacker here. Today, we've got a silver half-dollar bonanza. We've got over 1,000 Kennedys, Walking Liberties, and Franklin half-dollars. Comment below with your guess of the total number of half-dollars shown here today, and the closest guess will win a 1964 90% Kennedy half-dollar coin. To boot, I've got 200 half-dollar tubes fresh in from eBay, and in this video you'll learn three things. 1. Which type of 90% half-dollar is best to stack? 2. What are the prevailing market prices, including premiums from the Premium Tracker Silver Stacker proprietary software and dataset compared to what I just recently paid for these? And 3, how much of a typeset, which is a collection of all years and mint marks from a given coin series, can you expect to complete when buying bulk half-dollars like this? If this sounds like your kind of video, stick around and subscribe to this channel. We specialize in precious metal premium tracking, unboxing, and silver stacking strategies. First up, the 1964 90% Silver Kennedy halves. It's actually a common misconception that all 90% Silver Kennedy half-dollars were minted in 1964. Don't get me wrong, they do all bear the 1964 mint mark, but at the same time, there was so much pressure from silver hoarders in the face of removing silver from the US coinage and the rising price that they continued the 1964 year mark on US silver dimes, quarters, and half-dollars well into 1965. This was done to dampen collector and speculator enthusiasm. It wasn't until mid-1965 that the mint was set up to strike the new dimes, quarters, and half-dollars on the copper zinc Planchets, and we've been dealing with what I like to call Johnson slugs ever since. In economics, this is known as Gresham's law, whereby bad money, in this case Johnson slugs, drives out the good money, in this case 90% silver dimes, quarters, and half-dollars. Nowadays, it is extremely rare to find US silver coinage circulating, whereas pre-1964 pennies are relatively easy to come by. Gresham's law is at work in this phenomenon. Rising silver prices in 1964 made the silver value in these half-dollars worth more than their face value, and the extreme popularity associated with this coin in the wake of Kennedy's assassination drove unprecedented collector demand for this coin. From 1964 to 1965, over 430 million specimens in the 90% variety were struck between the Philadelphia and Denver Mint. This is a greater mintage count than all 16 years of the Franklin half-dollar series, which in its totality ran from 1948 to 1963. Speaking of that, next up is the Franklin 90% silver half-dollar. There were three interesting rumors surrounding this coin. 1. The initials JRS expressed at the bottom of Franklin's bust were rumored to stand for Joseph R. Stalin, and that the mint had somehow discovered Joseph Stalin's middle name. This rumor persisted to circulate despite what coin historian Walter Breen termed outraged official denials by the US Mint. Number 2. There were rumors that the small O in "of" on the reverse of the coin constituted a mint error, and that the coin would quickly be recalled. This rumor died down substantially faster than the one regarding Joseph Stalin. And number 3, that there are long-lost 1964 Franklin halves. The legislation that provided for Kennedy to appear on the half-dollar passed near midnight on December 30th, 1963. Given that the bill's passing was in such proximity to the new year, propagated rumors that test strikes or pre-strikes had been made and were hoarded by mint employees. So far, in the year 2020, none of those have come to light. And last but not least, the Walking Liberty half-dollars. No years in this series are particularly rare, but the 1921 P and D are valued highly in good condition. One interesting thing about this coin is that for one portion of the series, early in their mintage in 1916 and 1917, the mint mark appeared on the obverse of the coin. But for later in its mintage, the mint mark appeared on the reverse. This was done because the mint director at the time opined that the mint mark on the obverse appeared like a die error. I don't necessarily expect to get any key dates from this batch or a full typeset because my LCS did tell me that these had been searched through. All in all, these factors lead me to conclude that Kennedys are the best for stacking. They are the most abundant, so they can usually be acquired readily and at the best price. The 90% Kennedy halves were almost all hoarded soon after mintage and never circulated, so you do not have to worry about the issue with wear and tear and loss of silver content on those coins like you do with Franklin's and particularly with the Walking Liberties. It is a very beautiful and strong coin and commemorates one of our fallen sons who was taken from us far too soon. Now on to what I know you've all been waiting for. What are the premiums? We'll take a look at my proprietary dataset which tracks physical precious metals premiums over time. The premium on 90% silver coinage right now is approximately 30%. This has come down from almost 50% in the wake of the silver shortage, or silver squeeze, but is still very substantial. 30% premium is equivalent to $8 over spot, or 24 times face. That is a similar premium to what you'd expect to pay for a Canadian maple leaf, or an Austrian Philharmonic, or an Australian kangaroo. Those are obviously better buys than buying junk silver at 24 times face. But 30% premiums on junk silver is what you pay if you're a sucker, not a subscriber to Premium Tracker Silver Stacker. My subscribers know that if you find the right deal out there, junk silver like this is available at 20 times face or approximately only 11% over spot. Now that's a good deal for how tight the physical market is right now for silver. In fact, I have an appointment tomorrow to sell many of these very coins for 23 times face. If you like these kind of charts and this kind of reporting, subscribe to this channel to receive monthly updates on premiums in the physical precious metal market. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing updates twice monthly for the benefit of this community. I'm already 2/3 of the way there, so do your part and help me get over the top. Alright, welcome back stackers. Here are all the completed rolls and here are all the partial rolls. No key dates or really extra fine coins I found. I found a couple from 1917, but that was it, and a couple from the 20s. But these are mainly just 40s and above. So take a look, incorporate that into your guess below, and also comment on which of the three types of silver half dollars you'd like to stack in order to be eligible for that 1964 Kennedy silver half. Wow. I promised a $half bonanza, and I delivered a $half bonanza. What you're looking at is enough Franklin halves in all the mint types, all the mint marks in all the years to create two typesets. My limiting years are 54S and 55P, of which I only have two. But the other key one, which is 49S and 48D, I have three. So I'm pretty darn close to having enough for three typesets. It looks like I only have two of 59P as well. Also, we've got this bad boy. This is a 1957 proof half dollar. This must have come out of a mint set, a proof set, and found its way into circulation and found its way into my silver stack. Something I wanted to point out that not a lot of people know about the Franklin half is you see that eagle on the back. By law, an eagle has to be featured on the reverse of a half dollar. But because Benjamin Franklin was so associated with Philadelphia and the Liberty Bell, they decided to feature that more prominently and just put that little baby eagle there as an afterthought. A little trivia for you. All right, Kennedy halves all counted up. As with the Ben Franklin half dollars, I actually have a typeset for the 1964 90% Kennedy halves, but that's only a P and a D in the 1964. So that's nothing special. Easy to get a typeset for the 90% Kennedy halves. The full rolls here are standing up. This is a partial roll. That's how many. So like I said before, give me a total for all the half dollars you saw in this video between the Walkers, Benjamins, and Kennedy halves. And tell me which one you prefer in the comments below. The person closest to the total number of half dollars shown in this video without going over will receive a 90% Kennedy half dollar in the mail. Alright stackers, I promised you a $half bonanza, and if I delivered that $half bonanza, give me a subscribe. Ain't nobody got $half like me. You keep stacking, I'll keep tracking.